Lies destroy trust. They create doubts, and they can undermine our life-saving determination to follow Jehovah's direction. For example, we are determined to respect governments and their laws in harmony with Romans 13. Now, the news often presents politics, politicians, state institutions in a bad light. Sometimes we are confronted with outright lies, with cunning reasoning, or easy solutions with empty promises. Please, let's be on the watch. This can weaken our determination to be faithful to Jehovah by obeying the superior authorities.
This can weaken our determination to be faithful to Jehovah by obeying the superior authorities
and displaying Christian neutrality. Another example: misinformation about Jehovah's organization and the governing body. Jehovah's Witnesses have been accused of promoting communism, while others claim that we promote the ideals and interests of American imperialism. Our brothers and sisters have been called anarchists, and nowadays we are being called extremists. The list can go on. What will be the next lie? Remember, lies create doubts and destroy trust. Some of what we can hear and read is based off misinformation campaigns of apostates. It may sound convincing, even to us. Even if we now say, I will not believe it anyway, I will not believe it anyway, I'm just curious to know what it is. Exposing ourselves to this kind of misinformation can create doubts,
and undermine our complete trust in the governing body.
With politicians collapsing in scandal all around them, many who voted for them wonder how it could happen in a democratic system. Answers a recent Wall Street Journal editorial, the dirty little secret of democratic politics is that it runs on sheer ego. The politician who is good at bragging rises in the world.
Perhaps one of the candidates is from our ethnic background, or perhaps is the same gender as we are. When we look at the political situation these days with many elections, it seems to be more in the form of entertainment than anything else, with music and very colorful characters
that will destroy this country, and when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow.
And here it tells us, it puts under compulsion all people, the small and the great, the rich and the poor, the free and the slaves, that these should be marked on their right hand and on their forehead, and that nobody can buy or sell except a person having the mark, the name of the wild beast, of the number of its name, or the number of its name. What's the point of this verse? Well, of course, we will look forward to seeing how this may turn out in the future and what pressure is put on God's people at that time. But even now we see the principle here that the political system is wanting to put its mark on us, mentally as well as physically. So we see the forehead as well as the hand being involved.
It's going to have your mark on it.
Jehovah's Witnesses claim to be politically neutral, which is true in that they do not vote due to directions given by Watchtower. Could promoting the idea of political neutrality in itself be political? And could an election ever be determined by simply convincing citizens to not vote?
So what is voter suppression? It's actually part of the U.S. Legal Code, Title 18, Section 594, to be exact. By definition, voter suppression is any effort, either legal or illegal, by way of laws, administrative rules, or tactics that prevents eligible voters from registering to vote or voting.
However, Watchtower is very political. Aside from elections, politics deals with ever-changing legislation, similar to Watchtower's ever-changing doctrines. Watchtower is a theocracy within the borders of a democracy and a 501c3 tax-exempt company. Their method of changing legislation in any given democracy worldwide is through litigation, by setting legal precedents, particularly legislation that protects child sex traffickers and promotes human sacrifice.
At the crux of the theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Well, I haven't heard that.
And what would you say to President Trump for not rejecting that conspiracy and the people who believe in it?
I've been a big supporter of mental health. I'd recommend that people who believe it maybe should take advantage while it still exists in the Affordable Care Act. It's bizarre. Totally bizarre.
But, asked the editorial, what man of character and integrity would go around nailing up posters bragging about his character and integrity? Thus, it observes, anyone attracted to this line of work must be slightly touched in the first place.
I hope that idiot doesn't get into power.
Can you decipher Watchtower's presidential prediction before it becomes just another one of their false prophecies?